Charlie, Alvaro Arbeloa seems to be doing some magic at Barcelona at Madrid in the last few matches. At home against Levante and at home against Monaco in a huge Champions League game. Whatever you say about Football Club Real Madrid, Barca are ahead of them in terms of the Spanish La Liga. But when it comes to the job at home, when it comes to the job that has been done in terms of the Champions League, Madrid have been far better than them. They have been way better than Football Club Real Madrid. They've been better than Barcelona in that regard. And then they've cemented that positioning, that performance, that ability to look like the best on the Champions League front. They've done exactly that when they played against Team Friend Football Club Monaco. And for me, that is huge. That is fantastic in terms of that performance for Football Club Real Madrid, and especially given the kind of stress that the club has gone through in the last few weeks. Vinicius Jr. and Mbappe, Rodrigo Goes, Franco Mastantuano, Jude Bellingham, of course, Alvaro Arbeloa, who is the coach of the team as well, has gone under a lot of pressure. So it's full time in terms of the Champions League games that have been played across all of the competitions this evening. Paris Saint-Germain went away to go and play against Club Brugge. It didn't go on well for them. They lost that match by 2-1. Tottenham won against Dortmund by 2-0. Ajax Amsterdam beat Villarreal by 2-1. Again, Internazionale Milan lost by 3-1 against Arsenal. Napoli drew the game against Copenhagen. And of course, Bodo Glimt beat Manchester City in the surprise of the night, whilst Kirat Amati lost the game against Club Brugge by 4-1. Interesting set of results across all the centers in the Champions League. There are two huge surprises that probably today breaks almost everybody's heart. Hey, Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, thank you very much for choosing us. Like I said, this is your best place for football tactical analysis. Pre-match, post-match, on the field, off the field analysis is the best place for you. Make sure that you stick and stay with us. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notification. In the notification turning, do choose all just anytime there's content. You are first to have it here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Let me say my thank yous. First off, Yesumo Spare Parts Dealership Shop is your best place for car spare parts in this country. Call him on 059-313-8221. 059-313-8221. Yesumo will take very good care of you. Sort you out in terms of the clothes, the shirts, the apparel, everything that you are looking for. Yesumo will sort you out nicely in terms of everything that you are looking for here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Where do we start from? Champions League or update of Chelsea's pursuit of Abentia, your friend Jeremy Jacket, because Chelsea have changed plans. They have changed plans with respect to Jeremy Jacket coming in, and Fabrice Hawkins has been reporting in the last few hours that Chelsea have changed their plan. In fact, the plan was to bring in Abentia friend Jeremy Jacket 100% for him to come to Chelsea and come and play consistently this season from now to the end of the season. Apparently, it was Liam Resonu and a call. Chelsea board on catch him. Say Chelsea at Strasbourg, he knew that Chelsea could not get players of the caliber of Abentia friend Jeremy Jacket, but at Chelsea they need Jeremy Jacket, so they should go to Rennes, pay the money, and bring in the young French centre back. In fact, I've seen a lot of people who have put out their scouts report of Jeremy Jacket, and they call him a classy Rolls-Royce unicorn of a centre back. Quality on the ball, physical, combative, the brilliance of the game, steps into midfield, wings, dwells better. And again, people keep on saying using all of the nice things about Jeremy Jacket. But Chelsea, I expected saying they'll first send their first initial offer of 50 million for Abentia friend Jeremy Jacket. 50 million for Jeremy Jacket to come in. But they changed their plan. Initially, Chelsea's plan was to make sure it's automatic, no matter what. They will bring in Jeremy Jacket to come to Stamford Bridge, come and play the football there this season, from now to the end of the season. However, that has changed. It has changed in the sense that today, Chelsea are saying that they don't mind if they will keep Jeremy, they will buy Jeremy Jacket, and they will allow Stade Rennes keeping from now to the end of the season. So Jeremy Jacket may be bought by as a Chelsea player, but he may go away on loan again to start the end and stay there till 2026, 2027, 2026 season. That's where 2026, 2027 season, that's where maybe Jeremy Jacket may be coming in for Abrante. Of course, the cost looks to be a little bit high in terms of the cost that's involved of Jeremy Jacket. And if you go onto Fabric Hawkins and what he reported this afternoon, what he said was that Chelsea are now open to signing Jeremy Jacket immediately, loaning back to Stade Rennes. And Rennes didn't want to give away a Brent Effendi Jeremy Jacket. However, on the point of view of Chelsea, Jeremy Jacket's asking price seems to be very expensive, 62 million euros. It looks to be very high on the market for Chelsea for. So it looks as if they want to allow Jeremy Jack buy him and allow him go back on loan to start the rain, just to they'll be able to get the quality of player that they are looking. They'll be able to get him in the summer. But I do not agree, especially since it has coincided. And Liam Resenia pre-match press conference, he talks about giving Abrante Feno Axel Disasi a clean slate for him to come and play football. I don't think Axel Disasi should have a clean slate at Chelsea whatsoever. He's not good enough. He has shown for a very long time that he's not good enough at the top. If you want to get Jeremy Jacket, go ahead and get Jeremy Jacket and bring him in for him to come and play the game. If you think that he's not good enough and you want to bring in Liam Resenia close the door on Abrante Feno Mamadou Sarr in January, or say it's going to be disrespectful to Abrante Feno Gary O'Neill for Chelsea to ask for Abrante Feno Mamadou Sarr. Now, they should stick to the players that they want to go on and go and buy, because it's important for them to go there and go and get the players that they want to get, but not to think that they'll be able to just go in there and go and take the player just because of player. Liam Delap has spoken about what Chelsea fans should expect from Liam Resenia as Chelsea manager. I think each manager has their differences. It's going to be a very exciting way of playing. We want to be very strong on the ball and dominate in all games. We are looking forward to it. Hopefully, we can show the fans excited way of playing. It's important that we get that done. Yamiad Mochona Chelsea are playing against Pafos in a huge game in the Champions League. So it's me winning. They go ahead of Manchester City ahead of the last day of the Champions League season. That's going to go on next week, and it gives them a huge one. Kendrick Pye continues to focus on Strasbourg, even though a winter recall to his loan form from Chelsea is on the cards. Pye has impressed the new manager Gary O'Neill with his professionalism and looked focused in training. So Gary O'Neill doesn't look like he wants to send back Kendrick Pye assistants. And it looks like he's a player that's going to be there. Chelsea are reportedly closing on completing a deal for Sheffield Wednesday starlet Yisa Alao. We'll see if that's going to happen. As much as Ryan is their dream signing, Bournemouth have a plan B. Kendrick Pye, who belongs to Chelsea on loan from Strasbourg. That is a player that Bournemouth for now saying that in the absence of Abrante Feno and Antoine Semenyo, most likely they'll go there to go and see they can bring in Abrante Feno. Kendrick Pye to come into their team to come and get a job done for them. Football Club Real Madrid have done the job. Absolutely fantastic. Fantastico. In the Champions League, and then it is Football Club Real Madrid and nobody else. They have been brilliant all day, all season, and then for a team that has been struggling, I like it when Vinicius Jr. Managed to go to Abrante Feno Alvaro Arbeloa to get in hard game, because, like I said, Alvaro Arbeloa has been strategic, he has been smart, he has been brilliant in terms of managing Abrante Feno and Vinicius Jr. It's early days yet, but if Madrid will go far, then they need Vini. It's not cast in stone that the future of Vini is away from Football Club Real Madrid. In fact, at Madrid, this is a player that looks like a very, very important player to them. We'll talk about Vini Jr. in detail. But my Brent friend Jude Bellingham scored a goal. 3 key passes, 93% pass accuracy, 2 over 2 successful dribbles, 2 interceptions, 1 tackle, 5 clearances, 4 recoveries, and 9 duels won for Brent friend Vini Jr. Brent friend Jude Bellingham. But the man of the match was Abrante Vini Jr. He was all over the place, picked the ball from tight spaces, ran at center backs, received the ball from wide area, stretch play, came short to come and combine, received the ball on the half turn. It's the Vinicius Jr. complete package once again, and this time again at the Santiago Bernabeu when Madrid needed him was breaking. Vini Jr. equals Xavi and Thomas Muller's 7th most UCL assist in history, and that's only 25 years. Abrante Vini Jr. has the highest number of assists when you compare him to other players in Europe now. 1 goal, 3 assists, the man of the match for Brantier friend Vini Jr. Absolutely fantastic. And Real Madrid front three, they were on fire. Franco Mastantuano, a rating of 8.2. Kalen Luton, Mbappe, 9.3. Vinicius Jr. scored a goal and then, of course, gave 3 assists. And they've given me 10 over 10 in terms of the rating. And then Vinicius Jr. was able to get 6 goals to 1. Mbappe scored twice. Franco Mastantuano, 1. Kerr on goal, 1. Vinicius Jr. 1. Jude Bellingham, 1 over there. It was no way Monaco were close to Football Club Real Madrid. I like the starting lineup from Alvaro Arbeloa. Not forcing Mabente Fenorenchi to go and play centre back, allow Federico Valverde to play also from out and having Eduardo Camavinga from fullback rather this time. It was 60 touches from Vinicius Jr., 89% passing, 100% long passes, 4 crosses, 5 recoveries, 5 duels won, 5 shots, 7 key passes, 2 big chances created, 4 over 5 dribbles, and then 3 assists and 1 goal from Vinicius Jr. I was not surprised. So right after Vinicius Jr. was being taken off him, he went straight to his manager in Abrante friend Alvaro Arbeloa. Arbeloa has constantly been in support of Vinicius Jr. He has seriously guided him and hope that Vinicius Jr. comes to him. What a chance from Vini, but it was blocked in the end. Jude Bellingham and so in a very, very good game for Football Club Real Madrid, and it looks like it's a very, very good one. And it looks as if Vini Jr. is very happy and Abrante friend Alvaro Arbeloa. That's exactly what everybody is hoping for. Say Alvaro Arbeloa will be able to get the best out of Abrante, your friend of Vinicius Jr. Because it hasn't been that good in recent times. There have been a lot of unhappiness and settlement. In the last few days, Alvaro Arbeloa has been talking about Vinicius Jr., talking about how much of a quality player he is and why Madrid fans should focus on him and then give him the support that Vinicius Jr. needs to be able to get to the very top. They have been asking of it for a very, very long time, and I think that is a very good one from Abrante, your friend Vinicius Jr. And away at Bodo in Norway, Manchester City were down and they were battered by 3 goals to 1. What again? Nobody expected this. In fact, in all of my slips, it was City to either team to win over 1.5 because I knew that it could be an upset. But I did not expect it in the Paris Saint-Germain game. I expected it in a City game. We need to be ready for the Premier League game on Saturday against Wolves. We will give everything. We need to be ready to prepare in this game in training. And we'll see on Saturday, according to Ryan, ain't Norway after City lose so much, into a very, very difficult game that they went away to go and play Bodo. Erling Haaland, who is from Norway, spoke to the press as well, and Haaland said, I take full responsibility together with Rodri, Jorge Donnarumma, Chinai Gines, and ask the experienced players. I don't want to blame anyone, but we need to take more responsibility because at the end, it's not good enough. We are Man City and we can't go around. There is a lot more that was said. We can't go around not winning games, not to win games. It shouldn't be like this. So I don't have the answers. I take full responsibility. Not being able to score. I just apologize to everyone, every single Man City supporter, every supporter that traveled to Bodo, because in the end, it's embarrassing. Honestly, I don't know what to say. According to Abrante friend Ellen brought Haaland, and he went and he says, I don't want to speak about how I feel or whatever. I do my best whenever I'm on the pitch, and I'm on the pitch quite often because we play a ridiculous amount of games. I try to do my best, and that's my job. And I try to get ready for the next game because now another game is just in 4 days, and we need to prepare, recover, and go into it and go and get the job done. And that is exactly what I say. Now, Pep Guardiola also was interviewed after the game, and Joseph said, we have to change the dynamic for the next game against Wolves and Galatasaray. We were flat against Manchester United, but not today. We don't have Savinho, Jeremy Doku, our wingers. In other departments, we have players not here, and they would give us some more consistency. But they were well organized, struggled a little bit. Glimpse were really good, and we congratulate them. And Pep went on and he says that we have to change the dynamic for the next game. Of course, we have the feeling that everything is going wrong in many details, and we have to try to change it with the players that are here. It's a little bit of soft, the second yellow card from Rodri, but this is what it is. In the moment, 3-1, in the under minutes, you get a red card. Everything is a little bit against us in the issue of Abanti Efreno, Joseph Guardiola, and the fact that it hasn't been a very good one at all. They went away from home. It was not good for Manchester City when they go away to go and play against Team Efreno Bodo Glimt in a tough game where you expected Man City to go and win. And it was after the Manchester United game and Man City to lose here, and you go away to go and lose against Team Efreno Bodo Glimt. It makes it even more difficult for you. First half was largely controlled, but then Bodo Glimt were purposeful when they went up top and they got a job done in that regard. And in the second half, it got worse. It was such a bad performance for Manchester City in the second half when they came away at Glimt in a very, very difficult game. They didn't get what they were looking for, and that is very sad. Erling Haaland has now failed to score in his last 8 Manchester City matches, aside from penalties. His worst streak in the club since 2017 to April 2018, with Molde 13 matches that he didn't score. In that regard, for Abanti friend Erling Braut Haaland as well. That was the only game where he couldn't go on and then go and get the job done, go and get the goals to come in. Of course, Erling Haaland is in a serious drought, serious drought, and Pep Guardiola needs to find ways to get Erling Haaland back onto the scoring sheet just so he can be scoring for fun again. It's not good enough. Of course, any Man City in Kwano, a bit of an upset, not a bit of an upset, any an upset. It was Paris Saint-Germain as well. Go away from home, get a job done against Team Efreno Sporting CP, and then make sure so when you have the results that you're looking for, it did not happen. It did not happen. It was such a disastrous game for a huge game like this. Paris Saint-Germain did not get the results for as they were looking for. They went away from home against Team Efreno Sporting CP, and Sporting CP managed to win the game. 2 goals from Suarez, although there was a beautiful goal from Gyokeres, but that definitely wasn't enough from Paris Saint-Germain to get anything out of the game. It was such a disastrous game from Paris Saint-Germain. It was a game where we expected Paris Saint-Germain to win the game. First half 0-0, second half, that is where Sporting CP got a job done. Abanti Efreno Suarez turning game now around on its head, and then managed to win the game for Team Efreno Sporting CP by 2-1 against Luis Enrique's side. Not an easy game at all. It was really tough, and that's exactly what they did in that regard. Of course, Ajax Amsterdam also away to BRL. BRL were very bad. They scored the very first goal in the game, and Ajax Amsterdam take Kano by 2-1, while Tottenham Hotspur won their game also by 2-0. It's a sweet Champions League game, but the big one was away at the Giuseppe Meazza. A place where Arsenal in the last season normally Inter for a ball draw. So we're expecting that, okay, maybe this is going to be another game where there can be some draws in there, but that did not happen. Arsenal were dominant away from home. They went to Team Efreno Internazionale Milan and won the game by 3-1. And of course, if you look at the likes of Gabriel Jesus, the kind of football that they had, uncomfortable truth for some Arsenal fans. Gyokeres scoring again makes a lot more priority and agenda tweets redundant. A player once dismissed as a championship striker has now delivered goals against Inter Milan, Chelsea, and Atletico de Madrid. In terms of the quality that comes to no true Arsenal fan, you look at the quality of Gabriel Jesus. He was so important for Arsenal a day, where he received the ball, where he picked the ball from, how he plays forward. Everything that you need an Arsenal player to do. A difficult match like this, that is exactly what Abanti Efreno Gabriel Jesus was able to do for the Arsenal in a very, very important Champions League game that they are in. That's exactly what they are looking for. Say, Arsenal wanted to make sure that they get a results. They get some good results across board. But it was not easy at all. And in the Champions League, that's exactly what has looked like. The big winners, obviously, Arsenal, any team, Real Madrid. But of course, you look at the performances across board. It has been a very, very good one across all competitions as well. It goes from Victor Gyokeres with the other players also scoring, Arsenal players, any other getting important goals. And Victor Gyokeres was excited. Say he managed to score a goal because he has not scored in a while. In the other side, goals did not come from others as well. Paris Saint-Germain for Manchester City. It was a very, very bad one for them. And that's the thing. It has not been good at all for Manchester City in the last few weeks. He has been inconsistent for Manchester City form, and it keeps on going on for team and friend of Manchester City. We'll see if they will be able to turn it around in the subsequent days that are coming. But of course, our brand friend Akanji, Arsenal are not the strongest team in Europe. For me, Bayern Munich is the strongest in Europe, according to Emmanuel Akanji. Of course, Bayern is the strongest in Europe. Arsenal for Nachi Kanji, go and sleep. Bye bye.